Hi, Deb on the move. What are you doing? I'm going to see if this is too early to go on. Or if I don't get anyone else in, I might come back a little bit later. Hi, two people. Deb and whoever else, come on in, say hi. Excuse me. What are you doing, Deb? Hi, Tina. Are you new here? Or have you followed me before? The reason I'm coming on now is, no, it's nobody, Angie. I want to get the rest of my stuff done today, but I'll tell you what. Oh, you're new to the chat? Oh, cool. Welcome. Do you know of my channel? Hi, Dana. Hi, 8 people. Come on in. Well, thank you, Tina. I hope you've subscribed and you hit that bell because, like I said, today I want to get the rest of my living room done with what I'm going to decorate, and then I got to start my DIYs, and there'll be some cute ones. But oh my gosh, I got to wait till a few more so I don't keep repeating myself. You talk about scared. You talk about, oh my God, what if? You talk about thanking God over and over. That's what happened late last night. I was getting ready to go to bed and come on in, people. I'll just give my obligatory salutations while I'm waiting. Tina, what are you doing today? Dana, what are you doing? Are you making any kind of Christmas DIYs, or when are you thinking about decorating? Or are you going to decorate? I'll probably give it one more week and then I'll start watching Hallmark Christmas movies. I do like Hallmark Christmas movies. Come on, 13 people. Come on in and say hi. If you don't mind, give a thumbs up or thumbs down. I'd appreciate it. It really does help the algorithm, and God knows I need it. Flora, are you there? Who's here? Out of 15 people, surely someone else can come in here. You're decorating for Thanksgiving? Very nice, Tina. What are you doing? Are you putting like silk leaves, or what do you use for your not Halloween, your Thanksgiving decorations? I used to decorate for Halloween and then I decorate for Thanksgiving. This year I said, nope, I'm going to go right from Halloween and some fall decor into Christmas. Oh, pussycat. I'm telling you. I'm just waiting one few more minutes because I don't want to keep repeating it. No, just, my knees, same old thing. No, not health problems, thank God. Hi, Lilybug. How are you, sweetie? I'll just wait a couple more minutes. Hi, Elizabeth. You're having a bad day? I'm sorry, pussycat. I hate bad days. A bad week? bad weeks are even worse. Yeah, I hate that for you. Yeah, my knees. I'm just waiting a few more minutes to see who else comes in where I can see them on the here talking. Oh, bad life, you mean? Oh, I hate that for you. I hope it gets better. I pray it does. Um, oh, my knees. Yeah, I'm going to call insurance. I'll probably now, with what happened last night, I'll probably wait until I'm not in the mood to deal with insurance people. I get too irritated. I really get irritated with insurance. I really, really do. And I don't mean to be short with the people. I keep trying to tell myself it's not them, it's the insurance company. But sometimes I get really irritated. But yeah, it's, no, Gracie, nope, don't even think about it. What I'm praying for is that this doctor that did my knee I think it's been like 15 years now. My one knee, because before I got on Medicare, they didn't take him anymore. And I went to this other doctor, walked in, immediately I did not like his demeanor or his bedside manner, and I thought, no way. So I left and I didn't get anything done. So I'm going to call, when I do call my insurance, I'm praying that they take the doctor that I had before, because I do trust him. Well, anyway, we have 19 people. They're not going to come in. Some of them are probably trolls and just want to see what the title meant. Okay. Last night I was getting ready to go to bed, and I always go through my phone and just scroll and, see if there's any new things up or, news or whatever. So I go over to Jeremy, my son, to his messages, and I see police cars and fire engines out in front of his house, a picture he posted, and I'm thinking, oh my God. And now this is around 12, probably 12:15. Hi, Carol. And I go, oh shit. I'm thinking, oh my God, and my mind's going a mile a minute. And then I look down and he goes, we had a fire in the house. Oh dear God. So I call him. Obviously they're awake. You guys, I'm telling you this so you'll check your homes and be aware of this for yourself. Okay? My granddaughter Aubrey, the one the one that's the bakery chef, okay? She was in her bathroom getting ready for bed, turned on, the exhaust fan that's in your, oh crap, I can't, I've been so upset over this all night. I've been upset because the what ifs, and I readily admit I'm the one that always goes, what if? Oh God, what if? What? You know what I mean? And I hate that about myself, but that's just the way I am. So I'm getting sidetracked. So anyway, she was getting ready for bed. She turned on, because I guess she had taken a shower, and she turned on the exhaust fan. You know what I'm talking about, in your bathroom, right? That's up in the ceiling, that's part of, not a fan that you put in, but the builders put in. Okay. So she goes to bed. Now, when that chick goes to sleep, nothing can wake her up. This, you'll see why my mind went, oh my God, what if? Okay, in a few minutes. So she's in bed. Wendy and Jeremy are winding down. They're getting ready to go upstairs. All of a sudden, Jeremy hears this weird noise, and he goes, I can't describe it, but it was like a thump, but yet like a crackling. And he goes, Wendy, do you hear that? And she goes, a little bit. And for a minute, you know, they were just saying, what is it? What do you think it is? So then Jeremy goes, I'm going to go see. He walked upstairs. Now, my granddaughter has 2 doors in her bathroom. One, the door you open. The other door is the door that separates the sinks from the toilet and the shower. So he goes in and he doesn't see anything, right, at first. You know, he opened up the first door. Now, the other door was shut. He called for Aubrey to make sure she wasn't in there. He opens the door. The whole area of that part of the bathroom, there were flames coming taller than Jeremy, almost to the ceiling. He yells to Wendy to get the dogs, wake up Aubrey, and he gets the some kind of water thing. I don't know what he got. I can't remember what he said. But anyway, Wendy came in with stuff, and they're trying to put it out. The toilet is on fire. Smoke is where they can't see anything hardly. So he goes, call 911. So they call 911. 4 cops come, park right in the front of the house. The fire engines, I think there were 2 fire trucks, they came in. They're pissed at the cops because they're parked right where they should be. The cops should have, knowing, because they all know when something's been called, that they have to get up in front of the house, right? Well, anyway, and the EMTs and all that, okay. Wendy, her blood pressure starts to go up so high that they have to put her on a gurney and get her situated. They're up there, and they made a big hole up in the ceiling because at first Jeremy, you know, he goes, I don't know if it's up in the attic or not. He goes, I can't tell. He goes, but they went up there, and sure enough, if Jeremy had not called 911 thinking, because they had got finally the part that the flames and all that with whatever, I'll have to ask him again. I was so upset last night, I couldn't remember. But anyway, they got the initial that was in that one area. And then he looked up and he goes, I don't see anything. And I thought, oh, dear God, tell me, you know, it doesn't matter if you see anything or not. When you see a fire like that, you always err on the side of there could be more somewhere else, and you call the fire department. Well, sure as heck, they got out there, and it was still, there was little, I guess, but it was burning up in the attic. If Jeremy had thought that he got it all out and then going to call the landlady the next day, that whole roof, that attic, would have caught on fire completely, and that's the worst fire you can have. Because once that's all engulfed, it has nowhere to go but down. So what happens is all of that falls down into the house, and you might as well give it up. Because they all would have been upstairs in bed, right? So they come in, they go up in the attic, they turned off all the electricity in the front of the house, and, you know, had to take water, you know, whatever it is they use, the foam stuff, whatever, and got it out. They said, you're going to have an electrician come out because the wires have been burnt up in there. And then they go up. Jeremy, while I was talking to him, the fire department had left at this point, and water was coming out of the bathroom, and their carpet is soaked, right? So I told him, I said, you need to get a hold of that landlady. They have to get someone out there immediately. They're going to have to rip up that carpet. They're going to have to rip up the ceiling more. He sent me pictures of what they did with the ceiling. But the whole bathroom, I mean, I have a feeling, at least that area, because you can see where the paint started to peel off of the wall. and it completely, no. And I told him, I said, you need to get down and get fire extinguishers, fire blankets. You need upstairs and downstairs, because a fire blanket they could have put onto that toilet that, okay, let me tell you, let me back up. What had happened was when the fan caught on fire, and the fireman said, we don't know what happened first. We don't know if it was a short in the fan or there was electrical up in the attic that caused the fire and then the fan to fall down. They weren't sure, so I don't know if the electrician, I don't know how they're going to situate it. But anyway, what had happened is the fan fell down, but it was engulfed in flames, right? Well, when it fell onto the toilet, because the lid was down, the lid caught on fire because it was so hot. That plastic caught on fire. And you know what plastic smells like, and it gave off terrible black smoke. And so it was melted all over. Thank God the wall didn't catch on fire, because Aubrey's room was right next to it, okay? Now, my what ifs were, what if Aubrey was alone there? She was so asleep. She did not hear anything that was going on until they went in and got her, right? Like I told you earlier, she'll sleep through anything. If she had been alone, gone to bed, and say Wendy and Jeremy went to bed, let's just say they were already in bed, it would have been an entirely different situation than what happened last night. And it wouldn't have been to the good. And then my heart starts going, and I think, oh, dear God. And then, of course, I just start thanking God that they were okay. They probably, Pussycat, I don't know. I'm surmising they do. Hi, Yuda. Yeah, we don't know if it was a short in the wires. We don't know. Oh, yeah. I have the fire blankets, too, and I have an extinguisher as well. But, like I said, the worst fire you can possibly have is, if it is electrical, if it's inside the wall, or if it's in the attic. I remember when we lived in Lakewood, and this is why I've never gotten one. Someone had gotten an attic fan, okay? And an attic fan, if anyone doesn't know, an attic fan, it pulls all the hot air, and through the vent, it sends the hot air out, so the house remains cooler in the hot weather. Well, they had just had it installed. And I was driving home, and all of a sudden, I saw the fire trucks. Flames were coming out of the roof and out of the vent part where the hot air is supposed to go. Engulfed everything. The whole house had to be redone, because what happened was they were sleeping, got up to, I don't know if it was a fire alarm or what it was, and the fire had already fallen down into certain parts, because it was a 2-story house, had fallen down into the house inside. Well, right there, they had to take off the whole roof. One of the most dangerous fires you can possibly have. And then to inhale all that plastic that was burning, and like Jeremy said, he goes, Mom, the smoke was so thick and black. He goes, I don't know how I was able to, even see, because smoke itself will burn your eyes terrible. It'll make them sting. It was, so what I'm going to tell you is make sure that you're always aware of your fans in the bathrooms. Never leave them on when you're done in the bathroom. Turn them off. Because like I said, Aubrey had left hers on. Same goes for little appliances like fans, you know, the little fans like I use, or electric heaters. Always make sure, not just that they're off, but when you leave, you know, leave to go to work or whatever, I always unplug them. You just never know. You never know. Oh, I know, Lynn. Hi, Lynn. I know. Who would have thought a toilet? And I go, the toilet? He goes, the whole thing was engulfed in flames because the toilet seat was down. Now, the porcelain, of course, that didn't, but the plastic part of it, and that plastic part gets so hot. And there was one area of the shower. You know how you have the metal around the shower? That was even starting to bend. I mean, serious business here. Serious. Oh my God. All I kept thinking is, Jesus, thank you so much that they were awake. And because I'm telling you, it would not have been the same story. Not the way that happened. Because there was fire in the bathroom, which would have went to the wall, which would have went into Aubrey's room because those walls connect. Fire was up in the attic. That would have eventually spread throughout the whole house. I mean, it could have been catastrophic. I mean, this is bad enough, but it could have been a lot worse. A lot worse. Thanks, Tina. Yes, I am so thankful. And Carol, you are absolutely correct. Lint in the dryer. That is what I told you guys when they came, when I had my terrible flood in the house. They had just come from a home where they had gone to bed, put the clothes in the dryer, the lint from the dryer caught on fire, eventually got onto the wall. All of a sudden, they were coughing, they couldn't see, the smoke was so thick. The husband runs in not knowing where it is because the whole house is full of smoke now, right? Finally finds to where it is, engulfed. The whole house was a loss. And it was a fire in the dryer from the lint. I mean, these are things that you think, well, yeah, you know, it's not going to happen to me. Well, yeah, it very possibly could. And I'm always really about getting that lint out. But they also have this little thing that I want to get, and it's real, what do you say? You can move it around real easy, okay? It's a plastic to where you can move it, and it's long. And you put it on your vacuum, and you go inside, okay? You know when you take your lint basket or catcher out, then you go inside and you vacuum with this thing. You go down in further, and then you also go outside. You'd be surprised how much lint. Because you think when you're taking out of the lint catcher, you're thinking that's all there is, but it's not. There's a lot of lint that gets down in there through the years, especially if, you know, you've had a wash machine for years and years. You'd be surprised. Well, if that gets hot enough, that all can catch on fire. Well, guess what? That's right inside your wall. But I mean, you guys, when I saw those pictures and I thought, what could have happened? What if? And that's all last night after I hung up from him. That's all oh my God, thank you, thank you. And then I kept thinking, Davida, don't think about what if. Don't think about what if. It's okay, they're okay, don't think about what if. But you know me, I'm thinking what if, and then I make myself sick. Oh my God. You guys, you never know. You never know. You never know. At a drop of a hat, things can change just like that. Just like that. Another thing, be careful of, as a matter of fact, I'm going to pull mine out. Your refrigerator. If you go to the back, because there's an exhaust vent in your refrigerator, that picks up a lot of lint. A refrigerator can catch on fire, the back of it. If you've ever felt a refrigerator on the sides, they can get really warm, really warm. Well, if you go to the back of a refrigerator, it's even warmer. So you need to clean even the back of your refrigerator where lint does go. And the other thing, don't ever leave your dishwasher on and leave to go somewhere. Thinking, well, I'm just going to put the dishwasher on, I get home and, it'll be done. No. That also, when it's in the drying, well, even the washing for that matter, but especially the drying, okay? If something's shorted, because this happened to a friend of mine, left the washer on, went to school because she worked at the school, came home, fire department had been there, okay, because the neighbors saw smoke, called her, came home, the whole downstairs area was charred, and it was caused by the dishwasher. Caught the whole kitchen, dining room, living room, everything. They were out of the house for months while that was being redone. It's just stuff like this, when I knew I was going to come on and talk to you guys, first of all, is just pray for Wendy and Jeremy and Aubrey that, everything goes smooth with the house and, it's not going to take a long time for them to get everything taken care of. And to also talk about this, about things that are in your home that could potentially be life-threatening, you know what I mean, and a fire danger. Things that sometimes you don't even think about, Probably a short and electrical fires start slow. Yes, that's the other thing. They do start slow a lot of times. And then by the time it builds momentum and is hot enough, that's when, forget about it. It's done. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, you'd be so. In here in California, they have a lot of them. I don't know about Arizona, but that's why I won't get one, because I always remembered that one that I saw when we lived in Lakewood, and I thought, Because the thing is, you can't see it, okay? That fan is working, and it's connected electrically, right? Well, it's in your attic, so you're not seeing if something's going wrong with it. You're just going on, you hope to God it's a good one, it's not going to short, and nothing happens. Well, I don't want to live like that. The biggest issue is no water, and electrical fires have to use a type of extinguisher. Yeah, right. Yes, wonderful that they're okay. You'd think a toilet would never catch fire. I only use it 5 to 10 minutes. Never leave it on. Good. Thank God everyone's safe. Yes. Yes, there's a wand for the vacuum. I have one of those. Mine is called a lint lizard. Okay, Elizabeth, you guys, it's called a lint lizard. Elizabeth, can you tell us when you use it? Do you get a lot of lint out above and beyond what your lint catcher catches? You know what I mean? The part that, we always clean out. We have a tool that cleans out the vent all the way to the outside. Dana, where did you get yours so everyone can know and get one? Glad they're all okay. Kelly is a curse. I know. Pussycat, you're preaching to the choir. You're preaching to the choir. Have a good day. I can't handle more bad stuff. You're like my aunt, paranoid. Bye, Pussycat. I'll keep you in my prayers, sweetie. I hope it gets better. I'm getting more worried about all the lithium. Okay, Dana, that's the other thing, okay? You got to be careful of that, of the lithium batteries. And another thing I'll tell you, when I take batteries out, I'm talking just, batteries, I always put a piece of tape on the ends of the batteries. I use painter's tape, and I put it on the, so because if you're keeping those until you get rid of the old batteries, they still have enough in them to where if they touch, there's something in it, and I can't remember. You might want to look it up. But if they rub against each other or something happens, sometimes it can spark. And if it's inside, let's say it's inside a box, and it's jostled around, it can start a fire. So what I do is I always put a little bit of tape on the ends of those, so if they touch, there's nothing for it to, go any further. They can catch fire if they are overcharged. Thinking about getting a fireproof cabinet for charging them. Yeah. I know a family that had super glue in the kitchen drawer that caught their kitchen on fire. Okay, wait a minute. So how did the glue itself catch it on fire? Hi, Mary. Oh, I know, Mary. I was a wreck. Thanks, Judah. Your faith is strong. Every time you have an intrusive thought, pray about it. Oh, yeah. I mean, trust me, I do, because I don't want to think about that. I just want to say thank you, God. They're okay. They're fine. You know what I mean? We got it at the hardware store, probably Home Depot. Right, and they are used in mowers, garden equipment, all kinds of electronic chargers. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm trying to figure out how the glue could start a fire. The only thing I can think of, yeah, I'm really trying to figure that one out. Maybe it got close to a flame. Maybe she had a candle on or something. That's the other thing. I never put a candle, and I'm talking a real one, okay? I never put a candle on, excuse me, that I can't see. What I mean is, I have a candle on right now, but I don't put one on. Let's say I've known people to put candles like in their bathroom and their bedroom and light them. I never put a candle where I cannot see it and light them. I'll use, they have electric, or battery operated, I should say, candles now where you put the oil in, and I always set it away. In other words, how do I say it? I don't put anything to where the flame can get high enough to catch something else on fire. I always am where I can see that candle. Candle warmers are a good thing too to use, where you just plug it in, and then the warmth of the unit just will make the candle smell more. Other thing is, and I've told you guys this before, the wallflowers that you put in, those have been known to get too hot and can start a fire. I never leave them plugged in when I go to bed, and I never leave them plugged in when I leave. And I only have a couple, so it's not like I have them everywhere. I just have them where they're easily to where I can get to them, because I love them. I mean, I really enjoy them, but better to be cautious than to regret, and that's what they told me when they came in too. The ones where they put the heaters, when you have a flood, where they have to put all that stuff in. And because I was asking, what are the things that you in your house would be very cautious of? And one of the things he told me about the dryer and the dishwasher, and candles, of course, that's a given. But he said the wallflowers, he said my wife loves the wallflowers. He goes, I never let her keep them on, keep them plugged in overnight, and especially when we're gone or going to be gone for any length of time. It's just stuff you don't think about a lot of times. Hi, Potter. Yes, everything is okay, thank God. Super glue has a different kind of chemical. And you know how when you get certain products and it shows flames and it says don't put near a flame or this and that? Believe it. Believe it when they say it. Because the combustion, you got to be careful of anything combustible because it's real. It is real. I mean, sometimes it's not so smart to mix chemicals together. Oh, Jeremy, his house, the bathroom, there was a short in, they think the vent that is in your ceiling, and his bathroom caught on fire. And thank God they were up and were able to call 911. And yeah, when he's going to send me pictures, because he couldn't see because it was black in the house, in the front of the house, because they had to cut off all the electricity because they didn't know if there was a short somewhere else. So, but he's going to send me pictures of the toilet. He did send me pictures of the ceiling, but he's going to send, he goes, you won't believe it. And of course, there's a lot of soot because it's black, from the plastic burning. I hate the thought of them inhaling any of that. Okay, Potter, thanks for stopping in, hon. If you guys don't mind, get me a thumbs up or thumbs down. I don't care. You don't use plugins? Yeah. But it only takes one to start a fire in your wall. It's right. I mean, wall fires, because I told you what happened with my boys when my mother that one time called, for anyone that didn't hear it. My kids were little, and I was getting them ready for school, and my mother called me. She never called early in the morning. She wasn't a morning person. She would stay up, well, more than half the night, and then sleep until, like 10 or 10:30 or so. Well, anyway, she calls me this one morning, and I thought, man, that's weird. And at first I thought there was something wrong with my grandmother. And she said, Davida, you need to check the boys' room, their wall. She said, I had a terrible dream. She said that wall went up in flames. And it's the one with their bunk beds by it. I said, oh, okay, I will. Okay, and I thought about it for a minute. I thought, well, I got to get their lunches together because I got to get them to school. So I got them to school, went in. This is like an hour and a half later, 2 hours later. And I was making their beds. And you know how you put your hand to the wall, and if your bed's against the wall, and you put your hand to the wall in the bed, and you're smoothing out the comforter when you're making the bed. Well, when I did that, my hand went across the outlet and it burnt the back of my hand. It was that hot. And right away I went back to what she had, I thought, oh shit. And I thought, oh my God. Because this family that I'm in, we do have these like premonitions or these dreams, and they come to be true. Well, anyway, I pulled the bunk bed, because they were light. They weren't real heavy bunk beds. Pulled it out from the wall, called 911. I have 4 firemen in the boys' bedroom. They got there so fast. Turned off the electricity, opened up the plug, and they said, it's a good thing that you were making this bed and felt this. If you hadn't, that whole wall would have went up. And that's right where the boys slept. That bed would have been engulfed in flames and everything else. So wall fires are very serious, because you can't see it. You don't know what's going on inside your wall, right? So again, I'm just telling you all this so you're aware, if you hadn't been aware, and I'm sure most of you are. But if you're not aware of something, because you guys, honest to God, I never would have thought about that ceiling fan, vent, whatever you call it. I never would have thought. I really wouldn't have. Because when he first told me, I thought he was talking about she had a fan on in the bathroom. You know what I mean? Where a little fan. He goes, no, Mom. He goes, it was up in the ceiling. I went, oh my gosh. Never would have thought of that. Ever. Yeah. So, all that to say, just be careful. If you think anything's sounding weird, and it doesn't hurt sometimes just for the heck of it to go around and feel your plugs. I've done that before too. You know what I mean? Your outlets. And I'll tell you, and they had to bring in those big dryers. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? When they come out, when you have a flood, and they bring out those huge humidifiers and heaters, okay? If Witness was here, I'm sure she uses them all the time. But I had stayed in the house. I didn't leave. And they wanted me to leave, and I didn't. But anyway, after like 3 days, because they had to leave them in for 7 days, because they had to take out my drywall all the way to the beam. And for any of you that haven't seen it, I made a video on it this was like 7 years ago now, I believe, but it's on my YouTube. All this wall, those windows, well, they're etched, but those they had to take out, all of it up to, well, it was right up in here, was all knocked out. All you saw were 2x4s. Everything here, right there, 2x4s. I mean, everything was gutted. Everything. My bathroom, my washroom, I mean, everything. Well, anyway, this one night I walked in and I looked at the plug in the kitchen where they had one of the dryers. I mean, they had like, I don't know, at least seven of them in the house. And I looked and I thought, it looks black around there. So I unplugged that one dryer and I told them, I said, you better check this. And then, and of course I checked the wall and everything and they checked it. It was fine. But you never know. When it was looking like that, I thought something's not right with this one. So I just unplugged it. But yeah, I mean, you guys, I'm telling you, you just never know. And I just thank God that they're okay. He'll be calling me later, I'm sure, to let me know what's going to happen first. I still think they're going to have to get a dryer out there so they can dry. They're going to have to pull up that carpet because I could hear him when he was going in there to take a picture to show me the ceiling. I think he had a flashlight, and then his phone had a flash, and that's how he was able to show me or take that picture. But today he was, of course, going to take pictures because he has to send them to the landlady. And but yeah, I mean, yeah, thank God. Thank God. So, that was my exciting news for you. Some news I really wished I never had to share with anybody, but maybe someone needs to hear this or on a replay. Maybe they'll check something and, you always have to be cautious. But the main thing is have extinguishers. Have them upstairs and downstairs if you have an upstairs and downstairs. If you have a garage, we have one in the garage. Get the fire blankets. I have one in my kitchen. I have one upstairs. Just be prepared. Like I said, had he had that fire blanket, he could have put that over the toilet. I mean, like he said, he goes, the flames were taller than me. You know, he said, I mean, I walked in and I couldn't believe it. But if you had one, you could have, you know, thrown it over there and it would have smothered it. But yeah, fire is so scary. So scary. And 18 people, whoever didn't give me a thumbs up or down, I'd appreciate it if you did. It'd be great. So what are you guys doing today before I get off? Well, try to make it a little bit lighter. What are you going to do today? What are you making for dinner? I have to do my shopping. I have nothing. So I'm bored. I'm boring to hear what I'm going to have because I don't know. Oh, and can you use yeast that, okay, it said best used by, I think it said August 2nd. Is it possible it could still be good? You're cooking chicken and noodles for your brother? Oh, that sounds good. You're going to dinner tonight? Where are you going to go and what are you going to have? I'm nosy like that. Thank you, Carol. It might not rise as well. Maybe I better just buy new, huh? Why waste all the flour and everything? Oh, dear God, you're having lobster and crab. Oh, that's my favorite. That is my absolute favorite. Will you have a couple bites for me, Tina, and think of me while you're doing it? Okay, I'll buy new, Yuta. You're going to Red Lobster, you lucky duck. You're the luckiest duck. Okay, okay, make sure you do. Actually, I mean, I love both, but I think crab has more flavor to it because I like the sweet flavor and I love it dredged in butter. Of course I do. Of course I do. Oh, I love all that butter. Oh. You can test it to see. I don't remember. I think you put it in water to see if it bubbles. I would get a new one. Yeah, I think I am. I'm going to get a new one. We are doing homemade biscuits with country sausage gravy. Well, that sounds good, Elizabeth. Oh, it's a birthday celebration? Oh, how cool. Well, happy birthday to whoever's birthday it is. Snow crab, yes. Yeah, it's probably not good, huh, Elizabeth? Yeah, I'll just toss it. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. You know, do you guys ever make that crab salad? It's the one with, you use imitation crab, celery. Okay, imitation crab, celery, dill, red onion. Oh, there's something else you put in it. Celery, dill, red onion. What's the other thing? The crab. Mayonnaise, sour cream, and Old Bay seasoning. I think that's all of it. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Such a good dip. I think I might, when I go shopping, get, you know what I need to do is I need to eat something before I go shopping because when I go shopping, if I'm hungry, I'll buy everything. Whereas if I eat something, I can kind of put a little, little bit more of a hold on it. Yeah, it's really good. And then I love ceviche too. That's really good with tortilla chips. It's bugging me. I think there's something else you put in that crab. but maybe not. I have most of my laundry done. I already got that stuff done. I have one more load, and then I'll be done with that. Already swept all the dog hair. I'm telling you, for these little dogs, look at them. They shed so bad. I can't even begin to tell you how bad they shed. I'm constantly sweeping up, and look, I just did that, and there's more hair on the ground. I got a vacuum. I got my vacuum out. I got a vacuum. You have a bad habit of grocery shopping, then you go eat. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll probably go to Jack in the Box and get a couple tacos before, and then I'll just sit in the parking lot, have those, and then I'll go in and do my shopping. But I want to get stuff to make different, just fun stuff. Well, dinners, but things that I normally wouldn't get. But now I really want lobster and crab. Thanks, Tina. Now that's all I'm going to think about. Oh, I wish I hated food. Oh, I love food so much. Dang it. My mother-in-law, God rest her soul, I loved her so much. She was the best mother-in-law. I swear I loved that woman. She was really like one of my best friends, because we used to hang out all the time until I started working, and she got so depressed when I went to work. But she, and truly, for years, and I saw it firsthand, she was one that ate to survive. You know that saying, we eat to live or we live to eat? I'm live to eat. She was eat to live. She didn't like to cook, ate very little, very bland, nothing exciting. Really wasn't much of a cook, God love her, but she didn't like it. She didn't like to cook. She'd cook because they had to eat. But she goes, I only eat to survive. I wished I was like that. Wouldn't that be wonderful? But I don't, as you well know. I'm always thinking about the next thing to make, what people are. Oh, Carol, yes, I'm going to get stuff to get lettuce wraps. I'm going to get stuff to get lettuce wraps. Yes, 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 my friend, I am. And then I go down all these rabbit holes, and I want to get stuff to make fried rice, Asian fried rice. You too, Yuta? You can get attic fans that are merely mechanical, no need for electricity. They work just due to hot air. Is that right, Potter? Well, that's good to know, guys. Did you see that? Use them in passive solar. Oh, but you have to have solar. I don't have those solar panels. Use them in passive solar. That's what they used to be called here in the 80s. That's interesting. I'm going to look into that. So we have to get, you guys, we have to get the extension for our vacuum to go into our lint like Dana has. And I think Elizabeth said she had it. I can't remember who else had it. But anyway, we need to get that. We need to look into what Potter's talking about. I buy chicken and then freeze them in different marinades. Makes for a quick dinner. Ooh, that sounds good, Dana. And then it's really going to taste good because you've had it marinating. You know, I also like, you guys, I'll get the shrimp. But I get the shrimp that's already cooked. But then I'll defrost it, and I'll put it in a little bit of cold water, keep changing it until it's defrosted. And then I take a lemon, and I squeeze the lemon juice all over the shrimp. And then I get my cocktail sauce. And I might make a baked potato or something, or a pilaf, and then have the shrimp with the cocktail sauce and a side. Or a salad, you know. That's a quick dinner, you know, if you're hungry and you think, oh, I really don't want to cook. But just to have your cocktail sauce and that. Then I want to get, see, my mind's just going a mile a minute now because I'm thinking about all the stuff that I've been watching. I want to get, I think it's cod. Is it cod or haddock? Well, it's one, I mean, I can't have any bones in it, but I want to make fish and chips because I was looking at the batter this one guy was doing, and he took beer and then his flour mixture and deep fried it really quick. And then tartar sauce. I love McDonald's filet of fish. Oh, I love that. I'll get a filet of fish instead of a hamburger. But I love tartar sauce. Can you imagine frying those fish, having them piping hot? That's the first thing I'd get if I went to England. I'd get fish and chips. I swear I would. See, I'm making myself hungry. Your dryer caught on fire once? See, did you hear that, guys? Potter's dryer caught on fire once. I got rid of it, never had a dryer since. Potter, what happened? Were you at home? See, guys? I have got to finish decorating for Thanksgiving. Thank you for sharing your story. Glad everyone is safe. Bye, Tina. Don't forget me tonight when you're eating your crab and lobster, Lucky Duck. Oh, LOL, now you're talking about dryers. Yeah, I was, Potter. I was talking about dryers, honest. No joke. Passive solar is more about positioning the house for the solar load. You're pretty smart, Dana. I sure have some smart friends in here. You know, that's why I like coming on and sharing this stuff, because you guys always give me good pointers. That's why I love you guys. Yes, I just meant eco-friendly house. Okay, eco-friendly houses, yeah. See, that's why I have to come to my community and talk to you guys, because I was a wreck. You're an engineer? Wow. Oh, you're an architect. So Potter's telling Dana she's an I'm an architect. Man, I got some really very smart and good friends. Davida, my daughter. Oh no, Davida, my daughter's father-in-law died in a house fire from a dryer. See? The lint. There you go. I'm telling you. You guys are great in here. I love you guys. I just always like to come in here. I get a little bit of solace and think, okay, Davida, all is right with planet Earth. Just breathe deep. Oh, that's wonderful, Potter. I knew you were an architect, but not about the fire. How can you not know? Potter. Yeah, I love you guys. You're great. I'm so happy you came in to be with me, because I just had it. You know how sometimes you just got to talk about it because you're so wound up? Because I was wound up like a rubber band. God, that's all I've been thinking about today. That's all I was thinking about. But they're okay now. That's good. That's good. I retired early, though. Got tired of the corporate world. I don't blame you, Dana. The fire, Potter, no, I didn't know. Wow. Well, I guess I should go. You know what happens, you guys, is I get so comfortable talking with you guys, then I don't want, I always, you know what I do? I always envision all of us when we're talking like this. I envision all of these people that come in and I'm talking to, like we're all together. As weird as that sounds. And we're talking. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it, but when I do get StreamYards, then I'll be able to have people come up and they can actually talk with me. Or even if it's a private, because StreamYards, I think you can be private too and talk, right? What I think would be cool is to sometime have, I don't know how you do that though, where you'd stream a movie where you could put it on and people could look at the screen, but you could be talking to. I don't know how to work that for sure, but I got to figure it out. And all of us could get together like that. This live is PSA for fire safety. Yeah, Carol, basically. Because I did want to let you guys know certain things. And look what other people have brought into the conversation that helps. I went in the laundry and saw a spark. I opened it, and there was no lint in the filter, so I shut it again. About a minute, it started sparking inside again. Yep, well, that was it. I just pulled the cord out, never turned it on again. It was pure luck I saw it. You better believe it, Potter. 10 years ago. My house is an accidental passive solar house. It faces south, hello, but I take advantage of the sun. I can open my front door and have heat from the sun come in on a 32-degree day. Oh, wow, Dana. That's cool. Man, 32 degrees. I'd like 32 degrees. But I really can't complain today. I can't. Because it's like 73 right now. And with a mild breeze, a nice breeze. Where the inside of the house isn't heated up. You know what I mean? What do you guys do? And then I'll let you go. But what do you guys do, or what have you done for termites? The termites are coming back, and it's been years now. Thing is, I really don't want to tent the house because all I keep thinking is, okay, that poison that they fill, the gas that they fill the house with a tent to kill the termites, and you have to take all your food out, anything that goes on your skin, anything, whether it be medications, pills, shampoos, anything you have to take out, okay? And then you can't come in for 3 days, okay? All my mind keeps thinking is, how do we know that that poison is all out of the house? And what might we be ingesting, be it through our skin or anything else when we do come home? How do we know for sure that all of that poison is out, or if it's gotten embedded in our furniture? Or I'm sorry guys, I do think that. So there was one other thing I saw, and that's why I'm asking you this now. I saw where they have the orange, can't remember what it's called exactly, orange something. But they come in, you don't have to leave the house. They put it in through, I can't remember where they put it in through, but it kills the termites. Now, it isn't as long lasting as a tent. A tent will last, I think, 10 years or something like that. Where this, I think it's like 5. Have you guys ever used that? Where you use that orange, I don't think it's called orange oil. I wish I could remember. Orange something. I'm just curious. What's the bait system, Dana? For termites? A bait? Because like I say, I really do not want to use that tent again. I don't. Thank you, guys. I have 15 watching and I have 15 thumbs up. The bait system. I need to know about that. Because it's going to have to be done pretty soon. Because we've had this house tented once. And it was tented before we bought it. And then we had to tent the house in Lakewood when we moved before they bought the house. That was a stipulation that you have to have it tented for termites. I don't want to do it again. They put these baits that go in the ground around the house. They eat the bait and it kills them, safe for pets and can stay in the house. That's for termites? Really? I've never heard of that. Maybe that's what they do. Termites eat in the ground? I really don't know. Actually, it blows my mind because all of a sudden you'll see them and you think, where the heck did you come from? So what's the name of it, Dana? What do I look for when I go online? Do any of you know what I'm talking about that orange stuff? Yep, unfortunately we discovered termites in our house right after we bought it. Inspector, he missed them? Okay, you need to tell me where to go and what the name of it is so I can look at it, because I need to, our company was called Extremities. Extremities. Okay. That's good to know. And so how long did it keep them away? No, Dana's telling me to hang on. So the rest of you, you're going to have a good day with whatever you do. It's only 10:30 in the morning here. I didn't know if I'd get many people this early. I never know. I just go on and hope for the best. After Dana tells me what she's going to tell me, then I'll go and let you guys get started or keep going with your day. Maybe she got a phone call or something. Yuta, what time is it there for you? Sorry, I had to go to the computer. I can't type well on my iPad. The company in Ohio was called Extermitol. Okay, cool. I'll put that in. Yeah, Yuta, what time is it there? Extermitol. They checked baits monthly, and they haven't come out in over 20 years? Really? 1840. I got to go. Thank God your son and everyone else is okay. Every time you think about them during the day, pray that God will hedge. Yes, I always do, Elizabeth, always a hedge of protection around their home. I always do, all my kids. All right, guys, I'm going to go. Hey, Dana, thank you for that. I'm going to look into that. Extermitol. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for coming in and talking with me and just helping me to calm down so I wasn't so wound tight. I feel better now. I feel more like, okay, it's going to be fine. We're fine. We're all fine. Terminex, I think, has them too. You can even do them yourself. Really? So I can just get the baits and put them in? Wow. Maybe people are going less with those tents now, you think? All right, guys. Thank you so much. And I'll keep you up to date and I'll post. So look at my page and I'll post when I get some more pictures. But anyway, remember, the world's a better place because you're in it, and I mean that. See how you guys are for me? How you help me? There's only one you, and you bring something to this world nobody else can. Thank you, Potter. Yeah, me neither, Dana. All right, guys. Love you so much. You guys are great. Have a wonderful day, okay? Bye, guys.